Sophie and the BFG came last to a large place full of trees. There was a road running through it, and a lake. There were no people in this place, and the BFG stopped for the first time since they had set out from his cave many hours before. "What's the matter?" Sophie whispered in her under the breathe breathe voice. "Eyes eyes in a bit of a puddle," he said. "You're doing marvelously," Sophie whispered. "No, I isn't," he said. "I is now completely boggled. I is lost." "But why?" "Because we is meant to be in the middle of London, and suddenly we is in green pastures." "Don't be silly," Sophie whispered. "This is the middle of London. It's called Hyde Park. I know exactly where we are." "You was joking." "I'm not. I swear I'm not." "We're almost there." "You mean we is nearly at the Queen's Palace?" cried the BFG. "It's just across the road," Sophie whispered. "This is where I take over." Which way? The BFG asked. "Straight ahead." The BFG trotted forward through the deserted park. "Now stop." The BFG stopped. "You see that huge roundabout ahead of us, just outside the park?" Sophia whispered. "I see it. That is Hyde Park Corner." Even now, when it was still an hour before dawn, there was quite a lot of traffic moving around Hyde Park Corner. Then Sophie whispered in the middle of the roundabout. "There is an enormous stone arch with a statue of a horse and rider on top of it. Can you see it?" The BFG peered through the trees. "I ain't seeing it," he said. "Do you think that if you took a very fast run at it, you could jump clear over Hyde Park Corner, over the arch, and over the house and rider, and land on a pavement the other side?" "Easy," the BFG said. "You're sure? You're absolutely sure?" "I promise," the BFG said. "Whatever you do, you mustn't land in the middle of Hyde Park Corner. Don't get so flushed," the BFG said. "To me that is a snitchy little jump. That's not a tingling to it." "Then go," Sophie whispered. The BFG broke into a full gallop. He went scorching across the park, and just before he reached the railings that divided it from the street, he took off. It was a gigantic leap. He flew high over Hyde Park Corner and landed as softly as a cat on a pavement the other side. "Well done," Sophie whispered. "Now quick, over that wall." Directly in front of them, bordering the pavement, there was a brick wall with fearsome-looking spikes all along the top of it. A swift crutch, a little leap, and the BFG was over it. We're there," Sophie whispered excitedly. "We're in the Queen's back garden."